So in the previous video, we made sure that our look and move functions were actually working, and they were. So what we want to do is actually do the implementation. So that's pretty easy. Our look and our move are both going to be 2D vectors, so X and Y, so basically left, right, up, down. And in the case of look, if X does not equal 0, we are going to add controller yaw input, because X is going to be our yaw, left and right. So very simply, actually we need to get our X first. So F vector 2D, let's just call it input, equals value dot get. And it's a F vector 2D. So we need to access it. So we need to include input action value. So let's go ahead and do that really quick. So include input action value dot h. So make it a const. If input.x does not equal 0, then we add controller yaw input, and the yaw value is going to be input.x. Now, same thing for the y. So if input.y does not equal 0, we add controller pitch input, and our pitch is going to be for our y, because again, y is up and down. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and compile using live coding. So Control Alt F11 and press play. So now I can look left and right, but I can't look up and down. And I believe that is because of my camera settings. So I'm going to go back to my player pawn, select the camera, and here we have use pawn control rotation. Go ahead and enable it. Hit play again. Now I can look down, left and right, up, all that stuff. So we have our looking good to go. With that said, we can go ahead, remove our look log, and now focus on the move. So it's going to be very much the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and copy the input like so. And what we want to do here is we want to add movement input. So add movement input with the direction being dictated by both the value as well as our controller's rotation, yaw. So basically where we're looking yaw-wise. So if our value is straight forwards, which I believe would be, I think that would be the positive y, then we're going to be applying that to our forward vector, moving us forwards. If we apply it to the right vector, it's going to move us to the right. So that's how we're going to do our direction. So we need to get our direction first. So we can do that with a const f rotator. And this will be our control. Let's change it to direction. And our direction is going to be our controller rotation. Is it control rotation or control rotation? So our get control rotation. And we want specifically the yaw. So what we can do here is basically construct a rotator. So 0.0, which is going to be the pitch, and 0.0 for the roll, and the controller rotation's yaw for the yaw. So basically, if input.x does not equal 0, and if input.y does not equal 0, we can do stuff. So input.x, we want to add movement input with the direction being the right vector. So you Kismet math library, not get forward vector, get right vector from our direction. And we want to apply the input of x. So let's go ahead and copy this. And we don't actually need the forward vector per se. We can just go ahead and do direction dot vector because it's already as we want, and change the input to y. So now let's go ahead and run live coding again to rebuild. And once that is done, let's go ahead, hit play. WSAD. So there we go. We can move forward, back, left, and right, and basically have control over our pawn just like we would normally want. So now we can go ahead and get rid of our log right there, and we are pretty much good to go. So with all that out of the way, I'm going to run, actually, I'm not going to run live coding. It doesn't matter. Just to remove the log, it's whatever. Yeah, we are good to go. We can go ahead and close out of the, actually, let's leave these up. So what we're going to do in the next video is go ahead and either, let's see. Yeah, I think in the next video, we're going to focus on doing ability. No, yeah. In the next video, we're going to focus on getting the animations kind of set up. So that way we have some basic locomotion. I think that's going to be probably the appropriate next step, because right now running around in the A pose is kind of ugly. So anyhow, with that said, I will see you in the next video.